All right, Miles, let's move on to the U for a little bit. Obviously, the first year under Coach Cristobal did not go as planned. This is a team, though, that has high hopes, and it seems to be some indicators that they're moving in the right direction. In fact, just recently, they got some great news on the recruiting front. I know you've got the story there. Before I hand it over to you, hand it over to you, Miles. Listen, Miami fans, look, like I said, not the best season in the world, 5-7 under Coach Cristobal. But honestly, personally, I saw some indications of some growth, some good, some bad. We want to hear from you in the comment section below. Give us the one bright spot this season that gave you hope for a future under Coach Cristobal, a guy who can hopefully lead this turnaround and get the U head in the right direction. Let us know what that moment was this season in the comment section below. But Miles, give us the latest out of Coral Gables.
Yeah, Nick. So Coach Cristobal comes in and he gets off to a good start right away in this 2023 recruiting class, as he knows how you got to come back from a bad season and you got to build the trenches. And that is why it is so crucial that they have gotten the now commitment from 5-star offensive tackle Samson Okunlola, Nick. This guy, quite frankly, is incredible. He's a top 20 recruit. He's probably the best ever player to come out of the state of Massachusetts from Thayer Academy in Braintree, Massachusetts. You know, some good football players came from Massachusetts, Nick. You can't fault them there. But that's not only, they also, coming off the heels of them getting Ruben Bain, also defensive end, number 73 overall recruit. So they're building the trenches on both sides of the ball. But today we're going to focus on Okunlola, the top tier 5-star tackle coming to Miami, Nick. Because this is such a big deal. Having a guy with such raw talent and raw ability is really going to help protect future quarterbacks, you know, build the trenches and make Miami a desirable spot for guys to come in. Because if you don't have a good O-line play, Nick, no one's going to want to come play for you, don't you think?
Oh, 100%. You know, that's one of the things you build, unless you're a team that's solidified, you know, when you're in Alabama and Ohio State, you know, you have to build with the trenches first. That's what Harbaugh had to do at Michigan. When he took over Michigan, they were really struggling. He focused on building the trenches first. It took a long time, but they finally got there with the offensive defensive line. And now they're back in the playoff again for the second year in a row. I think Miami has to follow that same trend in this recruiting trajectory here. When you brought up getting this guy here out of Massachusetts, follows that absolutely perfectly. But it's not just this move, right? Miami has quietly had one heck of an offseason recruiting. According to 247sports.com, they actually have the number 4 overall recruiting class right now, just behind Texas, just ahead of LSU. They're actually ahead of blue bloods like Ohio State, Tennessee, Florida, Clemson, Oregon, Penn State, and Southern Cal, and so on. So you've got not Manny Diaz. He's already gone and fired. I apologize. You got Mario Cristobal here doing a really good job recruiting, because that's the key for Miami. They've lost a lot of recruits over the years as they've come through some hard times. If they can get back on the recruiting trail and get a lot of good action in the recruiting game, which they have, you know, you brought up the tackle. How about Cormani McClain out of Lakeland, the corner? He's a high-profile recruit as well. Getting commits like those is going to be huge for the program, because people want to play for the U with the history and the style and everything around the program. They just need to lock down the recruiting game and getting things consistent. And building some cornerstone pieces is the right move for Cristobal in this program going forward.